into the darkness. I can see you guiding me. I'll follow in your footsteps, mother, for so long. Head into the darkness. You don't wanna follow me. Say goodbye to everything. Say so long. Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I just burned my tongue on some tea. Ow, that's hot. Fuck. And I am here for Made in Abyss episode 6, and we are approaching the secret camp in the inverted forest, and we have been spotted by a little blue girl at the end of a gigantic telescope, as well as by the immovable sovereign, Ozen, the unmovable lady who will definitely never move. No matter what you do, she's staying right there. No moving, no movement. She doesn't budge. The unbudgeable, budgeless. Right. Not sure what to think of her right now. She's quite mysterious and maybe very scary and maybe malicious. Maybe blames Rico somehow for what happened to her mother, I think maybe is the vibe that I get. Either way, we were directly and explicitly warned by the last good-natured character we've met to watch the hell out for this lady, and so we really should. This might be our first major social encounter. If we view this in sort of an adventurous Dungeons and Dragons-y sort of way, we've had some fights, we've revealed some cool powers, we've demonstrated some adventuring and traversing and problem-solving abilities, we've built some teamwork and gotten some solidarity, and we've, run from some enemies, destroyed some enemies, almost died to some enemies, and now we have to face a person who we probably can't fight. Like, if shit goes sour, Reg is pretty fucking dope, but that's a white whistle, and it could go really sour. So, careful. Be quiet, stay calm, and let's see what's actually going on here. We have been spotted, but the gondola has not been lowered. Right now, I think because no orders have been given to lower it, but that might become like a thing, like you're not allowed down here sort of a thing. Who knows? Certainly this isn't a place where red whistles frequently dwell, and robots are maybe more of a prize than they are a friend to see on their way and help. More like a thing to take apart and find out what's going on there, or, take back up to the surface as a prize, that kind of thing. I don't know, but I do know that I want to draw a drawing, and I know kind of what I want to draw, so I'm gonna do that. Let me get the camera figured. I've set this up instead of the shitty GorillaPod that I was using to sort of angle the camera, and it works way better, but I have to put it in frame and out of frame every time that I use it, otherwise it's like right in my way, But progress, it's progress. We can boop. We can get a pretty good view of the That's pretty good. That's pretty good. This is the way that I had it many months ago when I was doing video down of the sketch, the whiteboard and stuff. I just never adapted the method, which I really should have done. Okay. So I know what I want to do, but I'm not sure how exactly to do it right. So let's give it a shot. And then like a band around it or something, mostly to indicate the distance from us. Another one, because if I space these out, and what you might notice is that I'm actually stealing some of the idea of Incinerator and the way that looks in order to draw this out. Because it's, weirdly, this idea that I have of the telescope sort of looming toward us is actually pretty similar to Reg firing a giant beam blast that's spiraling of stuff. It's just that one is a mechanical object that's physical, and the other is like light and stuff. But there's still sort of these enormous spiral things. So I think one thing is that the angle of it will actually be, it'll be ovoid this way, right? It'll be ovoid this way if we're looking down on it a little bit. So it'll be more like that, not a perfect circle. And that starts to look much better to me. And then these will come down to truly nothing, but I want to get more of these bands in to give this idea that it's like really fucking long. You know, it's all about the perspective. Sorry. I'm not gonna say it. If you can intuit what I'm thinking, then good for you. It's all about perspective. If you want to make it look longer than it is, you gotta choose your angles carefully. I'm so stupid. I should not be taken seriously. All right. So then this is gonna be a tiny little figure. I feel like she has like bangs or something. I don't really know. And then that's like one eye, tiny little figure looking through a telescope. And here we'll have little lumpy arm things that he's got, little hand things that he's got, and little Rico. But she's wearing a big jacket, right? Because it's like cold in here. Half nude, robot boy, poof poof. And then it's all like lens fadey, weird shit over here. And then with the magic of a thumb, I shall smear it and make it look kind of glassy. Yeah! Alright. And then, I don't know, what kind of contraption is being used to hold this thing up? Winches and pulleys and shit? Pulley things. Weird pulley things attached to weird things that go like this. Sure. We'll do some symmetry on the other side. Take a lever and a pulley and a winch and a wedge. You get a labyrinth of aqueducts and pyramid steps. Before the Jesus Archimedes on that miracle tech, year zero, you could feel the future rearing its head. Put a shoe on a horse, shoot a man with a gun, steam-powered bifocals and mechanical funk. Something, electricity, no, it cannot be done. Yes, it can. Ain't a dam that can cancel the flood. True to human curiosity, at the tree of knowledge, pulling genies out of bottles, stealing from Leonardo's. Plane, train, auto, hull and space, age, cargo, bizarro technology, every day is tomorrow. Telegraph, telephone. You could flirt with Doris from Poughkeepsie, from the middle of a cozy geodesic dome in Sydney. You could write a letter with no paper. You could fix anything with a laser. Wow. That's Mindful Solutionism by Aesop Rock. Great song, pretty cool. Just off of his new album, Infinity Fell Goose Down. And the whole thing has been my soundtrack for the last week, and I really like it, and I recommend it to you. I'll spare you more rapping things, and I'm happy with this. I actually really like that it's sort of spidering up down from on high and sort of inverted, and I think it's cool. I think it could have been. It might be more compelling to do it at an angle, get that like dynamism of an angular, like diagonal sort of thing going on there. But I'm okay with this. I wanted it to be looming and sort of staring at me or the camera or something. There's definitely a way to do this where it's like angled more up and the perspective is even deeper into the frame, but I'm not confident enough in my ability to draw like that much foreshortening. So I'll experiment with that in the future, I think. But so far, I'm happy with this. This is cool. It does feel like a mechanical spider standing on, like, grabbing on. It's cool. All right. I'll post it. Detective Awesome, how'd you get so extra mega ultra awesome? Ah, perfect. It's cooled down enough to drink. And I think that's our cue to get started. So, let's get started. I've got episode 6 of Made in Abyss up and ready to go, and I'm excited to see where we go with this. I didn't really mean that to rhyme, but I guess I'm in the mood. Ozen is the mystery. We're going to have to unpack this and find out what's going on here. And we'll have to see whether it's friend or foe, threat, or someone who knows stuff that we need to know. And onward we go! No, I'm sorry, I'll stop the Dr. Seuss bullshit. Sois. Whatever. Episode 6, Made in Abyss. This should be fun. Might be dark. We'll see. Let's go. I've got it up and ready. 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on the YouTube, early access, and other goodies on the Patreon. No matter what level you subscribe at, it'll get you early access to the next week's episode, which is pretty cool. And also all of the episodes for all of the shows that I do all week, so like 5, and ability to vote in polls, and access to the Discord, and also just a bunch of stuff. So check that out if you'd like to check that out. It's the only method of money making that I have. I don't have ads on the videos. I don't have sponsors in the videos. It's just the me. And I do all the stuff for the channel. And that's how we can do the exchange thing for it, you know? All right. That's the spiel. Beep beep timer. Telescope. Is a pervert. He's not even wearing clothes. What? What? I wonder if she's a little mechanical girl or something. Itsumo Mihari-san. Double arms. Still doesn't make sense. Still doesn't make sense. Yeah. Who's the fish here? The glimmer. Their purity is refined. The purity of the secrets, and the gondola is lowered. Okay. Step in. For some reason, Star Wars Cloud City. Yes, for some reason, Star Wars Cloud City. Cool soundtrack piece, too. Oh, and we're raising, yeah. That's gotta be hell. Even those, what, few dozen feet? Maybe 100? Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Freaking devil horns. That's a tall lady. She fucking knows. Oh, sorry about that. How filthy. So that's why she's mommy to so many of you. Fucking perverts. Yeah. How does she even keep her hair like that? I love how he mentioned that. That's the standout thing. Man, I gotta talk to her stylist. It's just anime powers. Or maybe it's not hair. Or maybe she's barely a shell of a human. Just calcified and turned into rock. I am immovable. You can't move me. No movement from me. She doesn't seem immediately cruel. Has called us filthy though. Kind of hurtful. Is that the thing that she was brought back in? Why are you scratching my whistle? Is she scratching pieces off of it? And the two of you are the ones that carried up. Yeah. Oh, it's a smile. Great. Yeah, so nostalgic. That kid? That kid? That kid? Okay, tell him about your quest. Uh-oh. Careful what you say. Dude, she seems so dangerous. You're just gonna leave? Okay! Is she a child? I don't think we were gonna stay until tomorrow. Okay. Oh, we're being upgraded? Just so you don't get looked at as weirdos? Okay, we've been given hall passes. Ha. Ha. Filthy. Ow. Okay, you seem okay. right, I mean, this seems fine, actually. It doesn't look like we're gonna be murdered in the night, I think, probably. Wow. Okay. That's super cool. And the stuff is growing. What a cool space. What a cool space. Almost Spirited Away-ish? Maybe because the bathhouse. That's fine, I'm a relic! Ah. Oh! That's what we've been eating! Oh shit, don't you have a crush on him. No, 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 no. Actually, you can, it's fine. Reg can gather a harem as we go. I'm just a boy. No heat, I guess. Where? I, that's not explicitly stated. So are we supposed to assume that Maruk is a young boy? I don't know what we're supposed to assume from this. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Why are you so special? Oh, that'll do it. Why does she keep such a good-natured person around? Okay, we're gonna find out. Uh, uh, uh. Okay, cute. Great. This is all fine. Is she all cold outside, warm and cuddly on the inside? Hmm. Hmm. True enigmas, huh? Refined and boiled down. So what are you attending to? Sacrifices of the innocent. Or perhaps saying goodbye to an old friend? They're not worth it? Hmm. And even that is like, wow, that's awesome! But they're not even worth shipping up. I mean, it makes sense for a dungeon, but why, though? It's super mysterious. Soda! So many cute little bits. So excited by that. Maybe we'll get to see what a blue whistle is capable of. Have to go. Rip. Okay. The little bags on the head are pretty goofy, but they make her really cute. That's very funny. Don't find something you're not supposed to find. Ah, this is scary now. Plink. We're building it up as scary, so it probably won't actually be. Because there's a lot of build up to like a fake out. But it might not be a fake out. Uh, uh? What the fuck? You're just gonna hide? Yeah, what was that? It looked like clothing with ribs. What the heck? Oh. Oh. And then there was a monster. Literally a monster. This world, this world is full of crazy shit. That thing was not a ghost. Is it her cape? Oh, when she says that kid, does she mean leader? Yeah, hit me. Always. It is. I think it is. I think it's her cape. Or something like it. Maybe not. Yeah, let's go find out. Yeah, let's go find out what's going on here. Unpacking mysteries is what we do. Not too loud, just in case there's a jump scare. Nah, I think we're just gonna get an explanation. Hmm. You think? Doesn't that mean that she's not here? Yeah. Dum. Oh, with her pick. And we see that in the OP. It's pretty almost confirmed. Bingo, bongo, boingo, get wrecked. Shit. Shattered delusions. Oh, oh boy. Another mystery, too. That one's interesting. God, you're scary, Ozen. Lots of looming landscapes. All right, show us the truth, Ozen. Show us what you're gonna show us. Damn, she tall. Oh my god, damn, she tall. Please do not fucking cliffhang me on that. Oh. Pickaxe. A suit of armor. Books. Seems totally reasonable. What the fuck is that? Okay. Look, a prismatic cube. What? Oh, that makes that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. We do all this buildup of like dark things, spooky stuff, and it's just totally opposite that is the next mystery. Oh, hi! Is a totally incomprehensible thing that we've got no grounding on. Like, there's nothing so far that would give us any indication what that thing is, and that's awesome. It's so cool. Ah! Oh my gosh, awesome. Shed light upon the flowers at the depths of the abyss. All right, what's the next episode title, and does it give us any hints? I hope it doesn't spoil it completely, but I do hope for a hint. The Cube of Doom! The Unmovable Sovereign. Bathroom. And back. And what fun! All of the suspicious stuff sort of ends up getting funneled into the creepy scene with the weird monster thing, which I wanted to go take a look at and see if, because it does feel like it might be her coat. Maybe it's the suit of armor that we see in there, but I feel like the neck part of it looked like clasps or something. I don't know. All of it, it's kind of like having a hate sync character in a show so that all of your, like, frustrations go toward that character. It's like all of the fear and stuff around Ozen gets sucked into that monster instead of into Ozen, even though she's terrifying as hell. And so that sort of allays or lets me displace some of the suspicion or feelings of trepidation that I have toward her and toward this place as a whole. And then we combo that with meeting Maruruku, who is super cute and lovely and seems entirely honest and straightforward about just wanting to meet cool people who are her age. And I say her, I'm going to continue saying her because I'm not sure. We have this little mini conversation with Reg that implies that maybe that's not what's going on, but it isn't ever confirmed, so I'm not going to fuck around trying to, like, properly gender a character, okay? Oh, okay, sorry if that infuriates you. You can dislike the video and peace. So, welcome to Seeker Camp, and once again, a bunch of our time and visual elements, I think, are focused on the landscape and the place that we're in. As we walk through and get ready for the bath that we're ordered to go and take because we smell like ghetto, a lot of the time is spent showing the place and these cool, like, built-in aqueducts of water and the lanterns that are, like, glow lanterns embedded into the trees with the tree grown around it. And just the idea of the space is super cool. It's like a little mini city or something, like a camp, right? We don't meet any other cave raiders, which is a little bit unfortunate. I got the feeling once we were told, you know, you got to have these blue whistles, that we would be emerging into a, like, mini bustling little camp where there might be, like, people trading relics and, like, you know, getting their goods and stocking up on supplies or whatever. But we haven't seen that yet, and that's totally okay. Still, that idea is present. And once we get those visuals, it's kind of different. Like, there are these visuals that we get at the beginning where this place is sort of off in the distance and seems pretty small, and then it's looming above us and we're very small in comparison to it. But then later, when we're sort of walking around it, let me show you or find a scene that demonstrates what I mean. It's once we're ordered to take a bath here, we get this feeling like it's quite a bit bigger than that, right? Like, now that we're inside of it, we understand the scope of the thing. It's like when you look at a large building, not a castle, because castles have lots of bits and pieces, so you get the feeling that they're quite large, but like a performing arts center, or like the I forget what the hall is in Los Angeles that's all modern art and stuff, and it's like one element from the outside. You see it all as one thing, and then you go inside and you realize that there are a bunch of venues inside it and like a bunch of different auditoriums, and it's like a huge space, and it's kind of, by seeing one section of it and realizing that's just one section, you get a feeling the whole thing is big, and we managed to get that idea across here. Even though this place is small to us, it's actually fucking huge, and this tree is gigantic, and it's got rooms like crazy, and it's big freaking place, and that's really cool. It's once again that same sort of feeling that we get in the opening scenes of the big landscape shots, where it's like, here's your little chunk of reality, and it's a very, very fine slice of a much bigger reality. And that's just super cool. It manages to continue that wonderment and glorious infrastructure and weird stuff and interesting tech and cool things. It's great. Towering up above our characters is Mama, is Ozen. Cool hair, if it's hair, or horns, however you want to think of it. It's not unintentional in the least that we get this horned shadow looming up above them. And she sure does tower, doesn't she? And has a pretty disdainful view of people so far. It's like, well, Ozen seems pretty placid all the time, but when she gets the opportunity to be a little bit cruel, she she seems to relish in it. Like the smile grows big, and it's often when she's like pointing out something obvious that really is going to frustrate another character. She does it when she's talking about Rico's goals, as though it's like it appeals to her to totally undercut someone's motivation and unwire them. Like, haha, that's you're flawed. Your whole motivation thing is wrong. Get wrecked. And it's kind of cruel, but it's not the kind of cruel that I expected, and that's pretty interesting, you know? Welcome into the home, welcome into the place, you're allowed to be here, you're not cast out or thrown out, but she is going to analyze you and pick you apart. It's kind of fucked. It's kind of fucked. There's this element of it as she's scratching away at the white whistle too. It's as though she's actually scratching stuff off of it. I don't know if it's like, maybe it's dirt that she's scratching off of it or something to make it perfectly clean, because she seems to be a little bit of a neat freak. But it feels like she's being irreverent toward a thing that we hold very dear. And that makes sense, because this is a relic of a person that she actually knew and doesn't have any illusions about the character of. It's not a god or an idol to her, an icon of worship or belief or an ancestor that's to be held up on high. It's a friend that she had and probably shot the shit with and you know, maybe feels all sorts of complicated ways about. But all these elements have this like... it's not quite uncaring. It's not quite malicious, but it's willing to cause harm without any compunctions at all. I do get the impression that she's very, very capable of causing some scary shit. I really like how we frame this scene. We get this moment where once Rico whips out the paper, it's her and Reg sort of standing together like, we're going to stand up against you, big lady. And that's really cute. Of course, thank goodness we don't actually have to get there. But this is that first part. So you just made the assumption that it would be okay for you to come here because what your mom called you? Ridiculous. Sneaky. Super interesting. Okay, so then we wander the place, and we get to traverse a bunch of it in different ways, climbing down cool ladders, and walking around cool hallways, and seeing cool places and cool stuff, and it feels alive and warm and cozy and like a place to live, and that helps to open up the world to us. We also find out for what I believe is the first time, because as far as I don't remember this being told, and I've asked twice now, what the hell are eternal fortunes, because we keep grinding them up and putting them on all our food. Apparently they're these flowers that are thematically tied to everything. They're grave flowers, they're white flowers that grow at the bottom of the abyss, and we've got to remember that that's a thing that they are. So they're emblematic of some of our characters in and of themselves. Rico is a character who was born and grew up out of the bottom of the abyss. Reg is out from the bottom of the abyss. They're also flowers of fortitude. They hold on to life even in the darkest places, right? So they're symbolic of souls in a way, right? And they're the place in which our icon idol is most likely buried and where she chose to be buried, probably, or would have chosen to be buried. So we've got this association with the mother character, this association with determination, this association with Rico, if we want to see it that way, and this association with that exact same concept of life and death as this cyclical wheel that we expressed really effectively in the last episode. Characters are buried in graves where the flowers grow. The flowers are taken and ground up to spice and flavor our food. We consume the outgrowings of the corpses of the dead, and they give our life spice, right? Like the losses of the past become the spice of the future. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of cool, clearly woven in shit that I think is really explicit and kind of goes as deep as you want it to, and we only find out about it this many episodes in, which lets us build up all those suppositions about it and questions about it and wonder about it, and then we get the reveal, and it all clicks together. Really cool! I'm really happy about that. I like it a lot. So these two vibe off of not really thinking about that they are the thing that they physically are, which is interesting, and may again imply that Maro is a boy unknown. Or, honestly, so here's a random throw out there. An accident was mentioned. What if Maruk is a castrati? In the old boyish sense, has lost the parts. that would prevent any further masculinization and any growing up in a lot of ways. Totally could be something like that. But I don't know, and we don't specify, and the character doesn't state how they'd like to be addressed, so I'm gonna go with Marulk or her. Cool. Either way, it's a little vibe between Marulk and Reg, and that's pretty cool and cute. They both also get very flustered when Riko walks in nude, demonstrating once again that this is a her thing and not an all of society thing. She just crazy. The difference in value of things. Riko's like, wow, I've never seen a class 4 relic. These are so cool. And they're like, yeah, we don't even ship these up to the surface because it's not worth the freight. Welcome to the next level, folks. You ain't ready. I just wanted to say, so there are a couple of really cute moments. One is the kabang onto the desk is very silly. This moment where she just looks up here and is talking in her little dress thing, it just reads as super cute and childish and innocent and lovely to me, and I like this scene a lot. After it, there are a number of little cute moments with Marulk being very expressive, as well as Riko being very expressive, and as they have throughout the entirety of the show, they help to tie the characters in and make them all feel very real and very alive and very childish and very cute and very emotional and vibable with, and it's very cool. Good showness. Gotta have your characters be good so that you like them, so that the show is good. Know what I'm saying? We do get this semblance or this idea in the, she seems kind of scary, but blah, 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 has taken on the role of guardian of Secret Camp. She says it so that she doesn't have to trudge back up to the surface time after time. That must be part of it, but Master truly does look out for me. So there's this sort of tsundere grandpa sort of idea. It's an archetypal thing. It's like the mentor who's like, I'm not going to help you, child. I'm just doing this for myself, kid. I'm already going this way. I'll give you a ride, but I was already going this way. That's sort of like, I'm not doing this to help you, but is clearly bending over backwards to help somebody because they actually care about it, but can't really admit that because it would damage the mystique of being totally immovable, but is actually soft and cuddly on the inside. That's the vibe that I get here. That's the vibe that I get here from the way that Marulk talks about her Shisho, her master. And I like it. This scene is hard to read. It's wistful as she holds this whistle. Sorry. But it doesn't say much. The waterways are super cool. The whole location is really neat. Character interactions are lovely and cute. There is this cute little moment where Riko reaches out and grabs the hands, and it's like I don't know what the fear is or whatever, but it's a really lovely little interaction. I actually thought that the apology was for grabbing your hand. Then she starts rubbing her hand. But it's not for that. It's that she can't stay in Cave Raid because they've got to go. Understood. Okay. Spooky Ookie. The soundtrack is so great. First, the lack of soundtrack. And then and then we gotta see what the heck. What? Okay, maybe it's not a cloak. It's got a spine trailing from it. Dude, I don't know. I'm wrong. I don't think that's what it is at all. What the hell? That shit's crazy. Okay, I have no answer. So, embarrassed over bedwetting, because Riko is constantly both sides of totally competent and totally a child. Do you want to know the answers? And of course we do. So we have to climb these steps. Clomp, clomp, clomp. And as we do so, she reveals that she is confidently, absolutely certain that that is not Liza's handwriting, which means that it is a lie, or, more importantly, more accurately, that Riko's delusions about it are falsifications. They're what she wants to believe. But it raises another question. Who did write that letter? And who was it to? And what's it about? If it's not Liza's handwriting, then whose handwriting is it? No idea. No idea. So, who's waiting at the bottom of the abyss, and what are they waiting for? One mystery bleeds into another, and instead of falling as our characters have been tumbling, it's more narrative. It's the mystery converted into something else. Another frying pan. Pretty cool. So we open the space and we come inside. I don't think that the cloak is the thing. Never mind, I'm wrong. I'm just wrong. We see that she's got her own dope-ass super pick. Super cool outfit cape thing. With it looks like it's one of them big hats. Maybe a shield, though. Because I think in the picture that I was given to put in the opening thing that I made for the shout out, I think that Ozen has that as a shield, but I'm not sure. Either way, that'll be like lit up now, which is cool because we've actually met the character. It's a cool space. It seems really normal, clean, neat, orderly, and then in the center of it all is a scintillating cube of the completely unknown, with drapes around it as though it's an object of worship. And I have absolutely no theories. I got nothing. We're just gonna have to find out. So, with a mystery on our plate, we will call it there for today and look forward to next week as Ozen tells us a little bit more about the truths of something. Thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you next week for more. Check it out on the Patreon. It'll be there soon, sometime today, when this one goes up on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Much love. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you next week for more Made in Abyss. Peace.